What happens when a woman who buries everything inside meets a man who sees straight through her? Today, we're diving deep into the definitive expanded version of Between Fear and Desire, a psychological thriller that blurs the lines between suspense, danger, and an irresistible, magnetic romance. This isn't just a story. It's a descent into the human psyche, where every glance, every word, and every silence is loaded with meaning. Let's break down the suffocating tension, the dangerous games, and the silent obsession that define this gripping narrative. The story opens in the most unsettling of settings, a cold, flickering underground parking lot at night. Rain streaks down the concrete walls. Meet Laura, a 33-year-old executive. She's disciplined, guarded, and lives her life in a fortress of control. As she walks to her car, her keys slip from her hand. A simple, clumsy act, but as she retrieves them, a presence materializes from the shadows. Adrian, dressed in a dark suit, his face half-lit, his eyes unflinching. His first words aren't a greeting. They're a warning. "You shouldn't walk alone down here." Laura, ever defiant, retorts, "And you should." But Adrian's response isn't what she expects. He takes a single, deliberate step, not aggressive, just certain. "I know how to defend myself," he says, his eyes narrowing. "You don't." The air crackles with an unspoken challenge. It's a mix of threat and a strange, magnetic pull. Laura tries to reassert her control, stating, "You don't know anything about me." But Adrian's reply cuts right through her defenses. "I know enough to recognize someone who buries everything inside, even the things they shouldn't." Laura is left speechless. He doesn't smile. He just observes her, and this unnerving stillness is what truly disarms her. The tension follows them into the confined space of an elevator. The silence is broken only by their echoing breaths. The camera focuses on the small details. Laura's white-knuckled grip on her bag, a stark contrast to Adrian's relaxed, almost calculated posture. He speaks again, his voice calm but piercing. "You think people don't see you. They do, just not the way you expect." Laura, her voice tight with tension, asks, "And how do you see me?" He turns his head slowly, his gaze locking with hers. "I see you, exactly as you are." Just as the weight of his words settles, the elevator doors slide open. Laura practically flees, but Adrian doesn't follow. He doesn't call out. He simply lets her go, a choice that disturbs her more than any pursuit ever could. The question hangs in the air: who is this man, and what does he want? The next night, Laura seeks refuge in an elegant bar, hoping to unwind and escape the echo of their encounter. Soft jazz, golden light, the clinking of glasses. It should be calming, but then she sees him. Adrian, seated at the counter as if he's been waiting for her all along. He glances over his shoulder, not a hint of surprise in his eyes. "You're late," he says. The audacity of it is staggering. Laura tries to dismiss him. "I didn't come here for you." Adrian just raises an eyebrow. "No. Then why are you so alert?" Her body betrays her. Before she can think, she finds herself sitting beside him, drawn by an invisible force. She confronts him. "Do you show up everywhere I go?" His reply is a smooth, maddening piece of logic. "Maybe you go to the same places I am." Just then, the bartender places 2 drinks on the counter. One is for Adrian. The other is her exact favorite, a drink she never ordered. She stares at him, bewildered. "How did you know what I drink?" His answer is simple, yet it holds a world of implications. "I observe." There's no sense of intrusion in his tone, only a sharp, dangerous interest that's impossible for her to ignore. The power dynamic has shifted. She's no longer just being watched. She's being studied. Now, sitting beside her, he turns to face her fully. The pretense is gone. "You live hiding," he says, his voice low, brushing against the air around her. "I want to see what's underneath all that." Laura, clinging to her defenses, dismisses him. "There's nothing special there." But Adrian's gaze intensifies. "There is. You just choose not to show it to anyone." She looks away, unable to meet his eyes. The space between them is no longer empty. It's charged with a warm, tense, electric current. This is no longer a chance encounter. It's the first move in a game she doesn't understand, but one she's already playing. He's not just observing her anymore. He's actively trying to dismantle the walls she's spent a lifetime building. They leave the bar and step out into a heavy downpour. Yellow streetlights cast long, distorted shadows on the wet pavement. They walk side by side in silence, the only sound the rhythm of the rain. Laura breaks the quiet, a hint of accusation in her voice. "Do you come here often?" Adrian's answer is poetic and unsettling. No. Only when something pulls me. Laura immediately denies it. I didn't pull you. He stops walking. The rain soaks his suit, but he doesn't seem to notice. You did, he says, his voice steady. Your anger. Your fear. Your hidden desire. The words hit her like a physical blow. Her chest tightens, her pulse races. He doesn't touch her, but his psychological proximity is overwhelming. This is his power, the ability to affect her deeply without a single physical gesture. The next morning, Laura tries to reclaim her routine, her sense of normalcy. She goes to her usual cafe, determined to erase him from her mind. But he's there again. Sitting in a corner, not imposing, not invading, just waiting. He's not pursuing her. He's giving her the choice. And that, she realizes, is even more powerful. Defeated, or perhaps intrigued, she approaches his table and sits down. The question bursts out of her. Is this a game? Adrian's response is chillingly insightful. No. But you've been playing since the moment we met. She denies it. I'm not playing, but he sees right through her. He tilts his head, studying her with that unnervingly calm gaze. Then why did you sit with me? She has no answer. And her silence is the most honest answer of all. With the pretense shattered, Adrian proposes a new set of rules. One question. One honest answer. Laura is wary. And if I lie, she challenges. A flicker of something confidence, certainty crosses his face. I'll know. He leans in, his presence commanding the space between them. His eyes are intense, controlled, unyielding. He asks his question, his voice low and direct. Did you feel anything last night? Laura's breath catches. She tries to deflect, to hide. I felt I should have gone home. Adrian doesn't let her escape. He leans forward just slightly, closing the distance. But you didn't, he states, a fact, not a question. Why? She can't bring herself to say the truth, that she was drawn to him, that she felt a thrill she hadn't felt in years. But he doesn't need her to say it. Her inability to answer is his answer. He's won this round. The obsession deepens, becoming a silent, constant presence in Laura's life. One night, she returns late to her apartment building, and he's there, standing in the hallway, hands in his pockets, his expression completely unreadable. He's not blocking her path, just occupying the space. The air is thick with unspoken possibilities. He looks at her and makes an offer, or perhaps a threat. If you want me to stop, he says, his voice a low murmur. Say it now. Here is her chance. One word, and it's over. She can go back to her safe, controlled life. She opens her mouth. She tries to form the word stop, but nothing comes out. A small, knowing smile touches Adrian's lips for the first time. I didn't think you would, he says softly. And with that, he turns and walks away, leaving her in the silent hallway with a tangled knot of relief and an unwanted, undeniable longing. He hasn't forced her into anything. He has simply held up a mirror, and she has chosen to keep looking. The changes in Laura don't go unnoticed. Her sister Marina pays her a visit, and her concern is immediate. You look different, Marina observes, her eyes sharp. Like you're hiding something again. Laura quickly denies it, but her denial is weak, unconvincing. Marina has always been able to see past her sister's carefully constructed walls. She offers a piece of cautious advice, a warning that echoes Adrian's own predatory nature. Be careful, Marina says. Men who know they have power know how to use it. Laura says nothing. She can't defend herself, because deep down, she knows her sister is right. She is willingly stepping into a dangerous game with a man who not only has power, but revels in using it. And the most terrifying part, she's starting to revel in it too. And that's where we leave the first part of this incredible story. Between Fear and Desire is a masterclass in psychological tension. It's about the silent battles we fight within ourselves and the dangerous allure of someone who sees the parts of us we try to keep hidden. What do you think will happen next? Will Laura find the strength to walk away, or will she be drawn deeper into Adrian's web? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content. See you next time.